Hello everyone,
Hi,
welcome back to the Dog and Partridge, the place of own fine craft ales. If you haven't had me before, he thinks it's all over. It is now. It's the world famous, COVID-free Alan Partridge.
It's my world famous brewmaster brother, Dave Partridge.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Welcome back to the Dog and Partridge, the place of own fine craft ales. Of course, an award-winning pub shed place where we test our own brewed beers, bro.
Lovely. You brew them.
Yep.
We test them.
Yep.
We review them.
Yep.
We tell you about them.
Yep. We tell you whether they're worth buying or not, really, don't we?
In our opinion.
In our opinion.
If you watched the last instalment, we was all sided up, weren't we?
Yeah, we're all sided up.
But I believe we're back to beer.
We're back to beer.
We're back to beer. What we got on, bro?
Oh, we've got a couple of the new Flagship range from Muntons. And if you remember, if you look back through our videos, we had the Hazy Days.
Oh, that was lovely.
That was lovely beer. So lovely. These two have got something to live up to.
Oh, got to be better than that.
They're going to be a lot.
So we've got two from Muntons. What's the third one then, bro?
Belfast Blonde from Gitters Brewed.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Where are we starting?
Which end of the bar would you like to start?
Should we start with the Ghetto Brewed then, and then two Muntons, or do you want to do a Muntons and the Ghetto Brewed? I mean, what do you want to do?
Let's start with the Muntons.
We'll start with Muntons. Shall we start with the American Pale Ale?
Let's start with the American Pale Ale. Now, these are the new Flagship range from Muntons that boast about the sustainability, the local grown grain, local grown hops, recyclable
packaging, all this nice card malarkey, and they've obviously spent some dosh on them because they're quite nice, these.
Yeah, they're quite nice. Yeah.
So this is, I've gone straight to the back one. Hoppy multi-citrus American Pale Ale.
Yep.
35 pints, 4.5%.
Yeah, obviously I've got that down to 35 pints ideal for a corner keg, which we are soon out of today.
Lovely. This is biscuity, slightly sweet, malt character, a clean and easy drinking craft beer. Just that.
Yeah, that's what we'll be the judge of. That's what we're here to do. Be the judge of it. Ooh. Right then, mate, you best put your boy in something.
Well, it's always, best idea.
There you go. Get up and get around that. Now, I make these beer kits, obviously, follow the instructions as per in the box, but I do like to leave my condition for about 4 weeks. The Hazy Days I did rush for a little bit sooner, and this has had a little bit longer.
Yeah, we wanted to get to that one real quick, didn't we? But it was good still, wasn't it?
It was good.
Yeah. Okay, so slight haziness to the beer there, bro?
Slight haziness to the beer. Obviously, I made this when it was really scorched hot, so you have nowhere to put it cold. So obviously, if you make your beer, put it somewhere cold after it's the one that's fermenting. You've put the hops in it. Then put it somewhere cold. It will help drag the hops to the bottom.
Got a cracking head on it, though.
Yeah,
cracking head on it. Put any head retainer or anything in that? Was it straight from the kit?
Straight from the kit.
Lovely jubbly. An interesting nose, I'd say.
Yeah, kind of malty and citrusy at the same time. That's what it says on the box, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Unusual. I'm going in.
Going in. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll let you go first then.
I like that.
I don't.
He's wrong again. So to me,
now you've got it now, haven't you?
I know why he doesn't, I think. I know my brother's not a big fan of kind of biscuity tasting beers.
Correct. Alexa off.
And he's in again. And it is a biscuity tasting beer.
Yes. With a strange kind of hoppiness to it that's kind of like...
A little bit grassy, maybe?
Grassy bit, a little bit. To me, it's like... Cascade's normally earthy. And
I'm getting a Cascade in there.
But the citrus note from the Amarillo isn't really working for me. It's making it taste... I don't want to say sour, because sour's the wrong word, but not kind of a bit I like.
I like it.
And it doesn't work well with the malts, man.
Controversial in the DMP. For me, it's exactly what it said on the box. It's biscuity, it's citrusy and hoppy all at the same time. I found that quite refreshing, actually.
There's a good mouthful feel. But no, not for me.
Well, I'm be drinking 35 pints of this baby.
Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad beer, but it's not blowing my socks off 10 out of 10 like the Hazy Days was.
It's not as good as the Hazy Days, I'm not going to say that, but for me it's a strong 9, even 9.5 out of 10.
Just for me, I'm down to about an 8, to be fair. And which means it doesn't make it onto 12 pints, 12 beer kits of Partridge.
Possibly not, because the Hazy Days one was better.
Yes.
I'm not going to deny it, but I still like this. I think that's cracking beer still. He's not convinced. You can tell by his face. Moving swiftly on. Shall we go to a different brewery then? Shall we go to GEB Brewed Belfast Blonde?
You can do it, Barry. Yeah, why not? Why not mix it up? Like
Go to the blonde.
Let's go off pitch.
Go to the blonde next then. So this is a full grain kit from GEB Brewed. So no packaging really with this, just comes in a big box. Golden straw coloured malt brew, lime malty palate. He's banged that down on the bar, hasn't he? Yeah. Subtle fruitiness, hot character. Is courteous of Willamette. Willamette, I think, is that? Leaving a light to medium bitterness. Everything's in the box there. Oh, 5.8%. Woo! Cheeky. Yeah, everything you need there. That's quite cheap, bro, because that comes in at £15.50.
Well, there you go. Basically, you just get a bag of grain, make it, stick some hops in it. All fairly basic. Hour mash, hour boil. Yeah, and there you go.
Right then, second beer. Ooh. Look at his face.
You know sometimes when you smell a beer and you know it's not going to be right.
It's not going to be good.
This is one of those times.
You know what? This is a fun thing because home brewing has come on leaps and bounds over the years. That to me smells a bit like what an old-fashioned home brew used to smell like.
No, that smells like a drain to me.
With a little bit of dino rod mixed in.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the dino rod coming through.
All right, here we go then. It might, you never know. It
Well,
could be deceiving.
I'm not really getting anything really very nice. It's hard to describe the smells, to be fair.
It is. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
You kind of get a bit of a sharp nose on it, but I'm pressing.
Now, I've made small grain beers in the past before, and I've barreled them, and as I've barreled them, I've tasted them, and you think, oh my God, that's horrible. But within about 4 weeks' time, it's lost all that. Yeah. It's all that horrible chemically taste it had, and it's a cracking beer. And we can smell that kind of.
That's what you can smell chemically.
Even though this has been conditioning for weeks and weeks.
And it's obviously full grain, isn't it? So I'll try it. Right, here we go. Oh!
Sweet mother of baby Jesus!
Oh, you let me taste that?
That's cracking.
I'm actually filling up.
It's not cracking, is it? I don't know if I've done anything wrong.
Oh,
it certainly doesn't come through the way the kit's described it. It tastes very chemically.
Now then, obviously,
what does it taste of? If you can actually get your...
I'm not tasting that again. It's horrible. Sourness, like you say, you certainly get a sourness to it. So, my questions to you would be, as a brewer, has air got to it? Has something gone wrong with it? I don't know.
All my beers are fermented in exactly the same way, in more or less exactly the same temperature. As soon as they're finished fermenting, I cold crash them and then I put them into a keg. So there's hardly any chance of them getting any air to them. This is not enough beer. This is not like when we go to the pub and we get the end of the barrel.
No,
and it's like
that's that vinegar, gone off vinegar taste, isn't it? That's not that. No,
that's not that at all.
It's just really, really sour.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nil point.
That's going down the sink.
I don't think we can drink that. I honestly don't think I could drink that. No.
Going down the sink. Good job, I've got some more beers made, isn't it?
Third beer.
See if we get on any better.
Right, we're going back to Muntons.
We're going back to Muntons.
I'm hoping then.
I'm hoping.
Because this is another one of the flagship range. So here we go. Look.
Yeah, and I've been sent them. So.
Here we go. Look, here we go. Look. So this is rich, creamy velvet milk stout, eh? What do you want on a nice hot evening? 35 pints again, 4%. Oh, a little bit more of a session-y beer, this one then.
Yeah.
Lovely.
What's the description then, bro?
The description is
what are we looking for?
A flagship milk stout with a smooth mouthfeel and a low bitterness. Complex flavours of roast coffee and molasses.
Molasses? What's molasses? Any idea?
It's a bit like glucose, thick, soupy stuff, isn't it?
Is it?
I think.
Right.
I might be wrong here. Might have to Google it after. Right. Well, it looks
all right. It definitely looks like a milk stout.
There's a bit of a side, eh?
I've put it through the chiller. It's been a bit of a salted settle, so yeah.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of froth on the side of the glass there, but it looks good to me, bro.
Yeah, just doesn't it?
I mean,
And
it's certainly.
I've even
And
double
milk
chilled
stout.
it, so I've put some ice around
Yeah.
the keg,
That's like an
and then I
extra,
stick it through the
extra
chiller.
cold Guinness, that,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
why I've tried to make it now like an extra cold Guinness, because I always think that stout should be drunk really cold, and it does actually make it
Yeah.
a little bit more flavours.
The only problem with serving it quite cold is coldness will kill the aroma a little bit. So you're probably not getting a huge nose, are you?
No, I'm not really getting a nose
a
with it at
little,
all.
very fine, maybe slightly sort of like smell. But right, I'm going in.
Okay.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Cheers. No.
What's going on tonight, viewers?
It's not bad, but it's not stout, and it's certainly not a milk stout, and it's certainly not bitter, and it's certainly not full of coffee, and it's certainly not full of chocolate dryness.
He's quite angry about this, isn't he?
I'm really disappointed because I'm really looking for like a Guinness-like type beer where it's really nice and crisp, burnt, dry. That's almost sweet. That's almost like a Mackie stout.
It is very much so. Again, probably why I like it, because it's a bit more sweeter. But you are right. It's not a bad drink, but it's not a milk stout.
I'm not going to drink that either because it's just too sweet for me.
It is quite sweet. I can see me drinking quite a bit of the Muntons Flagship range.
I can taste
Oh,
what should be in a stout, like an East Kent Golden hop in there, even though this kit doesn't come with any hops. It just comes with lactose to that.
there really is almost no bitterness at the end of it, is there? And you want that from a good stout.
You want that from a good stout. You want it nice and dry with a good bitterness, especially on a hot day.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you that kind of first quenching bitterness that you just want like to have another drink. That I don't want.
It is quite sweet, has to be said. But I don't dislike it. He does, on the other hand. So I'm probably...
right, now...
Yeah, right, okay.
Muntons say,
Yes.
right, that they sent some of these recipe kits, etc., out to tasters before they made them into real kits.
Okay.
So they got the feedback from the people and then adjusted them and then came up with the final product. Right? They should have sent that kit to me and I would have sent it back going, have another go.
He's really quite angry about it.
Because that's not a milk stout.
It's not a milk stout. To me, it's too sweet. There's no bitterness. There's no sort of like, you know, like you say when you drink Guinness, you get all those complex flavours. They're not going on. It's just
I was
quite a lot
really
of
looking
sweetness.
forward to that. Rich, velvety, it probably is, but it's too rich and velvety for me.
And quite sweet.
And quite sweet.
Yeah.
So if you like a sweet stout, if you do, I don't know what's wrong with you, but if you do...
Some people have sweet tooth, Dave. Because you haven't eaten it, you know.
That's going to be on your street. But for me,
So where are
you need to have another go.
Where are you on the scores with that one? Oh, I think it's going to be a low one.
Just going to be a low one. I can probably drink it, maybe I'll pint here and there. So whether I keep it and then persevere with it or not, but I'm down 6 or 7.
Ooh. I'll go as high as an 8. It's not as good as the last month's kits we just tried, but I could drink that quite happily.
Good. Really looking forward to that.
No 10s tonight.
No 10s
tonight. We've got a, in my opinion, a 9 and an 8, and he's probably a 7 and a 6, and then something that's undrinkable. These things happen, bro.
These things happen.
We had load of number 10s last time.
This is what we're here for as well. We're trying to give you our valued, honest opinion. And I do feel a little bit like when somebody's actually sent you beer kits, and then you have to review them, then but I'm not going to be persuaded by that. I'm going to give you my honest
opinion of the beer.
Yeah.
I liked the American Pale a lot more than what you did, obviously. And that for me.
Actually, I think I'm being slightly unfair. I think I'm going to go back to that. Now I've tasted these two. Try this again.
Yes. Go for it. It's quite I think that's quite a flavoursome and quenchable beer, but there you go.
That, compared to them two, yes, I'll give that a 9 out of 10.
There you go. Ooh, it's been hard work tonight.
It's been very hard work tonight in DMP. Shall we see if we've got any success in the next instalment?
I'll see what's coming up in the next instalment in the DMP. So, Get Her Brewed Amber Gambler.
Yeah.
So, somebody really wants me to trip over that, don't they? Dark Rock Aussie Gold and Dark Rock Hobgob GF gluten free. Right, okay. And are these full grain? Are these
So the
part grain?
Amber Gambler from Guitar Brew,
Yeah.
obviously they been watching a 70s TV commercial about the bloke trying to gamble with the amber lights. You know?
Yeah.
That's a full grain.
Okay.
The Dark Rock Aussie Gold is one of those little one thing
kit.
session series. So that's obviously a new kit.
Yeah.
And the Hobgoblin we've done before many times.
But not gluten free.
Not gluten free with the hot boost.
Right, yeah, we'll have to try that then.
Yeah.
Lovely
But I did have some problems with that. I'll explain that next time. When we're back in the dog and poetry.
If you like what you watched, but you probably haven't tonight. If you
Like
like
the
what
Muntons, haven't you?
please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching it anywhere else. Subscribe button's along here somewhere, and go ahead and comment.
Yep.
Say what you like.
Thank you very much for all your feedback. It's greatly appreciated. We do
Yeah,
actually
thank you
very
very
much
much.
appreciate it. And that's about it.
I need a
isn't it?
beer, bro. I need me one of them back. Like,
Until next time, it's a goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him. Huzzah!
Huzzah! To the Queen!
Queen!
Cheers.